means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express-News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the NFL saw some big moves this weekend out of the Miami Dolphins as they cleared about $60 million in cap space with a flurry of moves that included waiving Pro Bowlers Tyreek Hill and Bradley Chubb. Then college basketball tonight, the Texas Longhorns will take on the LSU Tigers at 8, a game that'll be televised on the SEC network, while 13th-ranked Texas Tech, well, they're taking on Arizona State. Tip-off set for 10 on ESPN2.
If you smoke, take it outside. Get the facts at don'tpassgas.org.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history! A walk-off home run!
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge. What's up,
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Appreciate y'all joining me. However you may be joining me, whether that's 94.1 on your FM dial, if you happen to be locked in and listening live at sasportstar.com via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you're watching the show live on YouTube, that's right. We stream all of our shows on YouTube. Just go there, search SA Sports Star. Go ahead and like and subscribe while you're at it. You're able to comment along with the show as it happens, like Fred Records and Antonio Moreno already up in the chat. Or you can always just feel free to call in the old-fashioned way, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 if you want to be a part of the conversation. Always love when y'all join in on the conversation, and lots of conversation to be having right now as it pertains to the NBA finishing up the All-Star break, as now we get a couple of days, teams get to rest up and get ready for that stretch run at the end. And man, how good can the Spurs potentially be as they come out of the All-Star break? They were riding a 6-game win streak into it. Do they come out like a team possessed on the back end and really push to potentially maybe even take over OKC as the number 1 seed in the Western Conference? It's going to be very interesting how this all plays out. But one thing we know that's not happening post All-Star break is Giannis Antetokounmpo ain't going nowhere. And he didn't get moved at the deadline. That's something that if it does happen, well, it's going to happen in the offseason. So can he come back and salvage anything with the Bucks and maybe have the Bucks help change his mind? Well, Morning Huddle's talking about some of the news coming out of the All-Star break.
Who's the loser in this Bucks Giannis situation? The fact that they're talking about it all over the All-Star break and Giannis saying, as of today, I'm committed to the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, imagine your wife says, today, hey, are you, we're still good, right? We're still going to, today we're good. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't screw up though.
Yeah. I got my eye on you. I got my eye on you.
Well, you know, at least when it does happen, and it will, when he's finally traded, when it finally happens in July, when that period opens up, Milwaukee will be ready for it. They will have plenty of time to prepare themselves. They will have adequate landing space to go and fix themselves to improve on it. And I think this is one of those first steps as today. But, you know, I think Milwaukee's been going through this for long enough. There's no way that he is in a Buck uniform next year.
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
He knows it. They know it. The American people know it. So, yeah, it sucks. And that's Nobody wants to be in Milwaukee's place. And just pay real close attention to this, San Antonio, when it comes time to pay up and keep Wemby happy.
Yeah.
And when you can't, even despite your best efforts, it sucks. And Milwaukee's going to fall into a deep depression because once he's gone, he gone.
Yeah.
And I don't care how many players you bring in, 10 of them don't equal a Wemby or equal a Giannis, no matter what you do. Now, maybe 3 or 4 years down the road, it might bear some fruit, but yeah, it sucks. So I think Milwaukee's the biggest loser here. I mean, by far, fandom.
I generally think so too, because they're going to lose Giannis, and they're going to be an irrelevant franchise.
Yes, for foreseeable future. And the luck that the San Antonio Spurs have had repeatedly bringing in another superstar, Milwaukee's so far from that. It went Kareem. It went Kareem and Giannis in a 50-year gap. Now, they had some successful teams. I mean, yeah, they did. But for the most part, 60-year. What am I talking about? It was a 55-year gap between Kareem and Giannis.
Well, they had Vin Baker.
I mean, they had some adequate teams.
The big dog, Glenn Robinson.
They've come and gone, and Don Nelson had some good years up there. There's nothing wrong with what happened, but they won't be relevant again until the next Giannis or Kareem shows up.
Well, that'll be any day now.
Yeah, anytime. It happens all the
time. This is kind of bad timing for like when you're about to go into a CBA discussion in baseball. It seems like it's a bad time for the Players Association leader to step down.
I think I'm going to step. This is
what I'm going to resign right now. Now he is already, by the way, he's under federal investigation right now.
Players hate him.
They're looking into whether a licensing company co-founded by the union and the NFL Players Union was being used to financially benefit the leaders of said unions. But it's always bad when you're about to go into a big labor negotiation and the head of the Players Union is like, yeah, I'm out. You guys, good luck with this. Doesn't seem ideal.
And I think
Tony Clark's a loser for this move.
A lot of this was inflicted on the players. Well, the owners put the players in a situation to where they hate their rep.
Yeah.
If that makes some sense. I don't think they hated the rep, but the pressure being brought to bear and some of the things that have come to light. Yeah, baseball players, this is disarray, man. This is disarray. Right at a time when it'll never happen. A salary cap is never going to hit baseball. It's just not going to happen. But right at a time when owners are really going to try to lean in on it, they don't have the leadership on the player side to mount a solid defense. So they're going to get chipped away unless they can get together.
And that's unfortunate, but they're never going to have a salary cap. And I can just feel a lockout coming because the players aren't giving that up because of the way the owners spend, or at least, 3 of them, 4 of them, which keeps elevating player salaries. But it sucks as a fan of baseball to watch the irrelevancy of, like, Paul Skeens, the day after his final year of arbitration, will be in one of 3 cities: New York, Boston, Los Angeles, maybe Chicago. That's it. That's the list. He's not going anywhere. Because those are the teams that spend the money. Those are the teams, and you don't get to keep players. There's no player retention in Major League Baseball because contracts for great players have become so absurd. Not every owner. So it's either an ownership problem and the fact that they're not spending to keep relevant players with the franchise, or it is an issue with the league and only 3 teams to 4 teams are willing to spend what it takes to win titles, and everybody else is just around it. And yes, Major League Baseball is a huge loser for this because it's become irrelevant to the point where you're not watching a random baseball game on a Thursday anymore or on Sunday Night Baseball or whatever. Like, I remember when Yankees Red Sox was a massive game. it's lost the luster. If it's not your team, you just don't care anymore. And I wonder how that's going to affect them in their next bargaining when it comes to, the amount of money they make off those regional sports networks and stuff. With all of those dying now, where's this money for all these games that are getting televised going to go, and how? Because the TV deals are the things that make the money work, right? When it comes to it, baseball's not there anymore. It doesn't feel like it's there anymore. And it's going to be very interesting. Speaking of the All-Star break and that news about Giannis coming out of it, what about the weekend itself? Was it a success? Well, the Blitz was talking about it a little bit earlier today. We'll discuss when we come back right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle. The Olympics continue on. And Rob, let's check in with the NFL. How's free agency looking these days?
And the franchise tags, are they flying fast and furious? Is there a trade working for a defensive end? We got so much to talk about with the Cowboys. Get here early, though. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'm worth more.
You bet I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
We completely agree. At GiveMeTheVIN.com, you are worth more, and your car's worth more. And we want to pay more for good cars that give me the VIN, because they are worth more, and so are you. And remember, if we don't beat a deal from Carvana or CarMax, we'll pay you $100. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVIN.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants, and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Sick of gray, gloomy winter hibernation? At Kohl's, you can make spring come early with colorful accents that brighten up your home, like vibrant cookware and decor, cozy bedding and towels. Plus, Kohl's Rewards members save 15% on home purchases. So shop Kohl's Home Refresh and move on to spring. The weather will catch up eventually. Select styles. Offer ends March 1st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm going to make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with AutoPay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.
Furnished by IntelliBrands. Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Get an Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact. Improve your flexibility and balance, strengthen and tone your legs.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better, and it makes me feel stronger too.
My circulation is moving. I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
It's so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. And for a limited time, get a free upgrade to our deluxe bundle with a faster motor, sport mat, and wireless remote. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
94.1 FM.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Appreciate y'all rolling along with me tonight as the NBA All-Star break is over. But was the All-Star game saved by one Victor Wembanyama? Well, a lot of people seem to think so. Love the new format. And it feels like half of the Blitz liked it. The other half did not. Jason and Joe talking about the all-new All-Star format from this weekend and how it fared comparing it to years past.
All-Star game was cool. All-Star weekend, I got to admit, I was in Vegas. I didn't see any of the slam dunk contest, and it doesn't seem like I missed much. But, and I don't know if this could be a poll question today that could end up 100-0. Did Wemby save the All-Star game?
I don't know. That remains to be seen.
Well, that's the poll question then, if there's already debate on it, because, you know, guys like Ant are giving Wemby the credit for playing with energy, and everybody else had to step up their game. And it was a competitive All-Star game. I like the format, the intensity, the shorter games. It was there until the very last one when the old dudes were out of gas.
Yeah, they were toast.
Yeah.
They were toast. Yeah. I didn't see a whole lot of it, truth be told. I've seen a lot of highlights and stuff like that, but I don't know. Am I going to now be excited about the All-Star game moving forward? I can't go there just yet. It just doesn't mean anything.
Well, it doesn't, but if you want to be entertained and see competitive basketball because of Wemby, at least that when other NBA players are giving him the credit for bringing the competitive juice, that's what you got. I mean, the world guys versus the young guys versus the old guys. And it was deliberately set up that way. 12 minutes per game, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Competitive.
Yeah.
One went to overtime and they went with the different scoring, De'Aaron Fox with a 3 at the, I mean, it was competitive. It was fun for all of them, except for the last one where you could just tell the old dudes were out of gas.
Sure they were.
Right? But it was competitive, which is the one thing that we complain about all the exhibition games, whether it's the Pro Bowl, what the NBA All-Star Game has been, Major League Baseball. They found a way to make it competitive. And then again, Wemby is getting a lot of credit for saying, if we're stepping on the court, we're playing to win. And that brought everybody else's competitive juices out. It would be appointment viewing next year if it's a similar type format.
It will be.
For me. Because I was home. We got home in time to watch it in the middle of the day, which is dumb. But because NBC has the Olympics, they had to have it in the middle of the day. But it was a fun exhibition event. I put it on thinking I was just going to fall asleep in the chair because I was exhausted because I had pulled an all-nighter in Vegas, and it held my attention. It was very well done by the NBA.
Well, it's on a Sunday, and so to say it's going to be appointment television for me is I just couldn't hold myself to that. There's too many other things to do, but I don't know. And the other thing is apparently the ratings were good for it, but then there's a lot of people saying, well, that's because it was sandwiched in between the Olympics.
So it's possible, and again, for a one-off, whatever tweaks that they make are. We'll see what they do next year because they won't have the Olympics sandwiched in there. And if it were on a Sunday night, I think it'd be a lot more, I don't know, viewer friendly, if you will.
So. Sure.
And even for you, like if you were, to have been on the golf course during the day, come home, what else are you going to watch? Right.
Sure.
And that's the beauty of it. They made an unwatchable product watchable. They give the NBA credit and Wemby credit for fixing a problem. And Wemby, the intensity that dude played with was certainly there. Now, the Saturday night stuff, again, I didn't see any of it, but apparently it was just god-awful.
Well, it's not god-awful. It's just the same stuff. It's the same dunks you've seen about 100 million times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just different guys doing it. Now,
was it different guys doing it or guys that we don't know doing it?
Well, different guys doing it. It's I do remember back in the day, Kobe Bryant,
sure,
and Michael Jordan, and those guys would get involved in that stuff, and it was new, it was fresh, it was entertaining, and now it's just the same stuff. I saw a guy jumping over a guy and another guy jumping over this and doing that, and it was,
all right, but if Carter Bryant wasn't a Spur, we wouldn't care. Right?
That's absolutely
he would just
right.
be another guy. But because he's ours, we're rooting for him. But if he were that dude but played for Sacramento, we wouldn't give a damn. Was he robbed? Well, he's a Spur. Of course he was. The 3-point contest, I'm told, was good. Good rave review. Why? Stars are in that. Kendrick Perkins thinks that the NBA just needs to pony up and pay the stars to be in the slam dunk contest.
That was an embarrassment. If it was one thing that stood out, that was an embarrassing moment for the All-Star weekend, that dunk contest was horrible. And I wouldn't say that, and I'm going to sit up here today and say the dunk contest don't need to go anywhere, but it does need to be fixed. And the only way you could fix it is by you need the big-time players, the big names, Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant. Hell, I would even like to see Wemby in it at 7'7", participate. Because, see, the difference between the dunk contest and the three-point contest, the superstars and stars, they participate in the three-point contest. We saw Dame Lillard, right? We saw other guys participate night in and night out. The dunk contest, we need those big-name guys. Whatever Adam Silver and the NBA need to do to get the guys to commit and participate, damn it, get it done. It might cost a little lettuce, but make sure you get it done. The dunk contest means too much to the NBA and All-Star Weekend, especially to All-Star Weekend.
Yeah,
period.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
spit it out.
Do you know who won the dunk contest?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. And look, we would know who won if it was Carter Bryant, but the rest of the country would not. And so they wouldn't give a damn. They just see another guy who is far down on the bench that just happened to win this thing. And again, I saw most of the dunks. I didn't see it live, but I made a point to go look at it. And it just, again, even if the big stars do it, maybe you want to watch this because of the star power, but what can you do that's fresh when it comes to the dunk contest? And that's more my problem than who's competing in it.
You say that, and I mean, you're right, but at the same time, I think if the stars were doing it, it would add a little bit more. It's like the last couple of years, the G Leaguer Matt McClung was winning it, right?
Yes.
Nobody cares. But when you see stars that are doing it, I think that's different. I think Perk talking about Wemby, that'd be kind of cool. But what could he do that's different? I mean, he could jump over all kinds of people. I mean, he does that on a day that ends in Y. But I do think because it's a star-driven league, these events have to be driven by stars. It's not the make-a-wish for the G Leaguers or the bench guys to give them a little bit of shine. But the stars don't want to be in the slam dunk contest because there's not enough money, sponsors that are involved, or the embarrassment of losing. And that's a damn shame.
Or they don't want to get hurt. I mean, think about that. I mean, how easy would it be to turn an ankle or whatever? And that's why I think, more so than anything else. And you want to give them some extra money, maybe. How much money are you going to give Steph Curry or LeBron James to make it worth their while to compete in the dunk contest? I mean, sincerely. I mean, you have to give them millions to even make it worth their while or for them to even think about it.
But that's part of the gig. And
have you watched the NBA lately?
Well,
the players run that league, in case you missed it.
They need to make it part of the gig. And that's why, the poll question, did Wemby save the All-Star game? And I see one of the comments on our YouTube page, and you can go there and vote and comment on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, or you could dial us up, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. How did he save it if he wasn't in the finals? Because he brought the competitive spirit to that game. He was the one talking about it early and often. And when guys like the MVP are saying we had to step up our game to match Wemby, I think you have to give that dude a lot of credit for the product that we saw. The NBA came up with a different format, but if the players didn't buy in, it wouldn't have mattered. The one player that bought in the most vocally leading up to it was Wembanyama. And you could see that intensity leading up to pregame and that first game, and everybody else had to match it.
They did. And look, the All-Star game itself was great on Sunday. It was fun. It was watchable. It was new. It was entertaining. And I think they found something with that. And I think Wemby's competitiveness and openness about wanting to compete definitely played a factor in that and ratcheted everybody else's competitive juices up. Still need to fix the dunk contest. 3-point contest is entertaining. That's the cap on top of all of All-Star weekend. And I think I know how to fix the dunk contest. And I talked about this the other day with Jeff Garcia of Locked On Spurs as we were recapping the All-Star weekend. And I gave the weekend itself a B. Rising Stars fine, 3-point great. The game itself on Sunday, fantastic. But the overarching black cloud on All-Star weekend is once again the dunk contest. So how do you fix that? How do you remedy that? Stars, sure, stars would get people to it, but if it's the same format, I don't think it fixes anything. I think the format itself needs to be fixed because it's not competitive. How do you make the dunk contest competitive? How about turning the dunk contest into a de facto game of horse where it's like, instead of each person trying to come up with their own dunk to get the highest score, instead, first guy, he wins the draw. You're in a bracket style format. Guy goes against guy. First guy wins the coin flip. He gets to dunk first or he gets to dunk second, whatever he chooses. First guy performs a dunk. Next guy has to do that dunk. And then, which dunk looked better? Boom. You give that guy a letter. All of a sudden, now there is a competitive aspect to the dunk contest. And you continue on that format all the way till if it's pig or dunk, maybe you're spelling dunk. D-U-N-K. And you get 4 attempts in each round. D-U-N-K. And you do a dunk. Nails it. Do another dunk. Nails it. When someone can't finish the dunk you did, then they get a letter. And all of a sudden, you're making your way towards a finals or the highest score between the two dunks. And if that guy does the dunk better, all of a sudden he gets the honor. So I think there's a way to fix it and to kind of reinvigorate and rejuvenate the dunk contest. And whether we've seen them or not, like Jason Rodriguez is pointing out, whether we've seen them or not. If it's two guys doing the same dunk and we're grading the better of the two dunks, I think there's a competitive aspect. We may have seen it. He did it better, right? And so I think it gives it a little more instead of everybody trying to do their own unique, different dunk. We've seen them all. So what's better than seeing them all? Seeing them go head to head. Who did it better? I don't know. I'm just trying to workshop ways around it. Maybe we get rid of the dunk contest completely and go with a one-on-one tournament like they did with the Unrivaled League. Get to see Wemby versus Steph Curry and just have the All-Stars play in a 1v1 tournament all the way to a title. That'd be pretty cool too. But there's got to be better ways to fix and reinvigorate and rejuvenate that part of All-Star Weekend. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I'm James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 941 FM and SASportsStar.com. When we come back, the NFL is popping, and there is always news when it comes to the NFL, especially since today became the day where teams can officially place their franchise tag. How do we fix that? Because now it's a drag it out, can't get it. May 3rd, we're hitting it. Well, maybe there's a fix to that as well. We'll talk about it as we come back here on Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hard water coming in and out of your home is like a rodeo. There's a lot happening, and a lot can go wrong. Like having a tea party during a bull riding event.
Excuse me, would you please pass the sugar?
Now that's hard. At the same time, those that know have a Kinetico quality water softener and enjoy smooth, soft, pure, clean water. It just makes everything better.
That's a nice bull. You want some cake?
If you don't have a Kinetico water softener in your home, you're basically inviting destructive hard water to beat up your appliances, your hot water heater, and every pipe in your home. And your coffee maker, hard water damages it too.
For limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Kinetico of San Antonio and the Hill Country.
Don't live in a hard water rodeo.
Ooh, he looks mad.
Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
License number 38961.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like payroll manager.
Hi, my last paycheck was all in Icelandic krona.
You are welcome.
Welcome?
Given the exchange rate between the dollar and the krona, you're technically a millionaire now. Don't spend it all in one place.
I can't really spend it anywhere.
There's always Iceland.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
How many points will Wemby score? What about Steph Castle? That's the beauty of playing on Underdog. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Make your picks and win money right now in Texas. And it's easy. You just pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on predicted stats like points, rebounds, steals, assists, more. And with Wemby, it's points, always blocks. With Steph Castle, what about De'Aaron Fox? Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the new defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, Christian Parker, speaks to the public for the first time.
And we're going to carry part of that press conference live. It's scheduled around 3 o'clock.
What is he going to do to change that defense?
Let's hope he talks a good game.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 FM.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Appreciate all y'all rolling along with me tonight. Josh Jimenez on our YouTube page says, if the dunk contest needs stars, you would know who won. Sure. Glenn Fluids says, great players need to know the money is coming from the fans. Agreed. And that's part of it. You're doing your civic duty to grow the game. And I feel like there used to be commitment from bigger players. Jason Rodriguez said, my idea could create a Wilkins-Jordan type matchup. Fred Record says he guesses that format I laid out could work. Josh likes my idea of a one-on-one tournament because Wemby might not be there every year to save it, and that is also a distinct possibility, and you never know with injuries or anything like that. So it could need more tweaking. So I'm throwing a bunch of spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. What say you? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Lou, what's going on? Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledge, my man.
Hello.
How are you doing, Lou?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm always good, man.
Yeah, I was just listening to you, and I think what you said earlier about the dunk contest, I think you're spot on. Spot on, brother.
Turn it into a competition like a game of horse. Try and one-up each other's dunk.
Yeah, and that's what I told you earlier. I said, when I was a kid back in the 70s, I guess I'm a little bit older than you are. I'm right Nagel's age, so we're old. Back in the 70s, we used to play horse, man.
Yeah.
And if you couldn't do over the backboard shot or a special layup or even an outside shot, and if you couldn't do it, you got a horse. And when you couldn't do it the second time, you got the second horse. You couldn't do it the third time, you got the third horse, and you're out. You're out.
Yep.
And I thought your idea of saying, hey, let's do this dunk and then let someone else try it, and if they can't do it, well, it's something. Because I saw the entire All-Star
weekend,
and it was just like everything was fantastic, but the dunk contest. Bryant, I was hoping he'd win, but I watched it. I was hoping he'd win, but he didn't.
He got distracted by Vince Carter, which, by the way, is he supposed to tell one of the greatest dunkers of all time, hey, I got to go do something?
Hey, I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, I just think that, man, I think that if they were to do something like that, where you have to copy whatever they did, and if you can't do it, then you're out. And you get 3 tries. 3 horses, man. 3 horses. Back in the 70s. That was the 70s game. And that's what I did as a kid. If you can't do it, you can't do it. And that's all there is. You're out. And I remember there was like 5 or 6 of us kids who were on the 70s, 10, 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And when you couldn't make the shot, you lost. That's all there is to it. Do better next time. So I think that's a great idea that you came up with, man.
I appreciate it, Lou. Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure. So what you need to do is you need to send somebody to send an email somebody to the NBA. Tell Adam, say, hey, I have an idea. Let's see if they bite on it, man. You never know.
Hey,
there,
maybe it'll help my pocketbook. I don't know.
But that's just my opinion, man. I appreciate you. I love you guys. I listen to you guys all day long. I'm Lou. I won prizes from you guys. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Anyway, Lou and two out. I'm out.
I appreciate it, Lou. Thank you. So I think having them do each other's dunks so that there is a competitive aspect amongst it, and you turn it into a game of horse, basically, but you can just call it dunk and have them compete that way. And then the better of the two dunkers ends up advancing, and you create a bracket style format that way. I think that would be a good way to help at least inject some new and exciting material into what has been kind of because you hear the same complaints. There are no stars in it. There's no reason to watch it. And then the dunks we've seen them all. So nothing blows us away anymore. So what will blow us away? Watching two people try and do the exact same dunk and seeing who does it better. That's one way to at least generate interest in it. If we've seen it all, who did it better? Because we love to rate and judge people. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. Earlier this morning on the Morning Huddle, some NFL news broke as we are entering the offseason. So with the NFL entering its offseason format, we've got Christian Parker about to be introduced to his press conference tomorrow at 3. We've got the NFL Combine coming up here next week. We've got the franchise tag window opening today. We are less than a month away from the start of NFL free agency. So there are a lot of moving parts and pieces that are going to be happening around the NFL over the next handful of days and weeks. But what about the Cowboys? How do they stack up when it comes to this NFL offseason when obviously there was one really bad red flag in the room, and it looks like they've at least done part of the issue to rectify it? Are they going to do the second part of it?
The National Football League, even when it's not the season, I still like to see what's going on out there. Looks like the Seahawks unlikely to use the franchise tag on Kenneth Walker, which means the Super Bowl MVP might just be a free agent.
Yeah. First of all, I don't think he's leaving, but
I do.
I think there'll be some money come his way, and I think Charbonnet had a good enough year where they feel like they can replace that. But I think that's probably the smartest move, quite frankly.
The Seahawks in 16 years under John Schneider have used the franchise tag only twice. The franchise tag on a running back would be $14.5 million.
That's too much.
It's too damn high. I think they're just going to let him walk. And
I think they'll let him go get some offers. But I wonder what the market's like. I would pay if I was a salary cap guru for any team. I would not have any more than $30 million total invested in my running back room.
I would not even.
That's
I wouldn't even want to be there.
I'm talking about 4 dudes.
But take out. The Super Bowl MVP and he certainly helped them in their biggest game. He was the best player on the field during that game. But is Kenneth Walker a top 10 running back in the NFL?
I think he's borderline right up the 10 to 15. I mean, he's a legitimate upper echelon running back and should be paid accordingly, but not $14.5 million.
But if you're in the 10 to 15 range, usually in 2 years, you're out of that range.
Exactly. I go get your money, but I don't think there's a lot of money to be had out there. I really don't. I think he's a good back, but I think there's a lot of guys that were in Kenny's position on that offense probably would have been pretty successful, namely Charbonnet, who took all the touchdowns last year. So anybody who had K9 on their fantasy team knows there was decent yards, but the touchdowns inside the 10, it was not him.
Yeah, and the Seahawks also hoping to extend Jackson Smith and Jigba this offseason. And
better do it now before it gets real expensive.
That is going to be costly because JSN is going to get paid like a top 5 receiver because he actually is a top 5 receiver.
Will be for the foreseeable future.
Right.
This ain't a declining asset.
Yeah, running. I mean, I can't. I mean, there's a reason why I was against the Bills paying James Cook top tier money.
Well, I'm not mad at him for doing it because they're at the end of this journey. They need that.
Well,
they're not at the beginning.
We'll see how that contract looks in 2 years.
Well, exactly. And I think that they hope to have had a ring by when they signed him last year by the time this thing ran out. But Seattle's kind of at the beginning of this. I don't think they need to spend any money on running backs. Spend it where it matters.
Just keep your defense together
and that wide receiver,
and keep that wide receiver.
Because it made your quarterback that much better.
It made Sam Darnold look like something that wasn't Sam Darnold. The other big news in the NFL is Tyreek Hill.
Boy, Miami spent a lot of money on that.
Tyreek Hill released. Bradley Chubb was released yesterday.
I had 2 people text me, is he worthy of cowboy look? And yes.
Bradley Chubb?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so. And it's not known yet what they're going to do, but the assumption is Tua is not far behind on this.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Kirk Cousins is imminent for Miami.
You don't release all these guys and then bring back Tua with nothing around him. It wouldn't make a lot of sense.
Done. The offense that he was supposed to function in is gone.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill said he posted, "The journey doesn't stop. Thanks to Fins Nation for 4 years. We built something special together for the city of Miami. Miami, you become my home, but the journey doesn't stop here. The cheetah don't slow down ever."
You think he's running back to Kansas City?
So to everyone wondering what's next, just wait on it. The cheetah will be back, born again.
You think he's running back to Kansas City?
I think Kansas City's kind of, we're good.
We'll see. I'm really curious what he's worth in the eyes of the general managers, because he is still a field stretcher and he does things that only 2 or 3 dudes in this league can do. There's a lot of things he does that nobody should be doing.
I think Tyreek Hill has a big fat 1-year contract coming his way, and
prove it.
We'll see what you still got in the tank, Bubba.
But if I'm Kansas City, I'm calling him, man. I got Pat Mahomes for a couple more years. I got one of the greatest to ever do it. I'm gonna give him every possible weapon, and if Pat thinks it'll help, I'm gonna go get him.
Yeah, the Dolphins, the Tua thing is tough because he's got Tua's 2026 cap hit is $56 million. Unfortunately, his guaranteed money is $54 million. So you can cut him and you'll save $2 million.
And they did.
But do you, I mean,
hey,
you pay somebody $54 million to go away?
Sometimes the bite ain't worth the squeeze, Sometimes, hey, they gave it a shot. It's time to rip that Band-Aid off. They're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Now, the Chubb move, that's an interesting one. I know he's a lot of money, but that defense is going to matter for them next year. They're going to need a little bit of defense. I know he was expensive, but that one's one of those guys that you want to talk about getting picked up fast. I imagine Chubb's going to have a job in a week.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, anybody who can get after the passer, those
that's
guys
before the draft. I think he gets a gig.
We'll see what happens with Tyreek Hill, but yeah, Bradley Chubb I think is pretty quick to be picked up.
And there's not just those guys. I think we're going to start to see some unloading of contracts as we get closer and closer to the start of the league year here over the next few weeks. Chubb, Tua, the Kyler Murray, we're going to start seeing more and more of these moves where teams are shedding salary. So keep an eye out because you never know. Texans, Cowboys, different players could become available that you might not have expected. And man, it could be very, very interesting to kind of see how the rest of these rosters are put together, especially when you talk about the upcoming NFL draft and you talk about the money that you spend on certain position groups like they did with Kenneth Walker. How much do you truly want to spend on a running back, or do you want to take the chance of trying to draft a Jeremiah Love or something like that? It's finding a diamond in the rough like a Rico Dowdle or a Tyler Algier maybe, and giving him the opportunity to potentially be a lead back in Houston at a cheaper expense than you would be paying for a Kenneth Walker, but having a Tyler Algier who can do everything and Woody Marks as a 1-2 tandem if you are truly moving on from a Joe Mixon would make a lot of sense, I would think, if you're reallocating the $8 million you can save by getting rid of Joe Mixon. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that all plays out. You've got, like we said, Javonte Williams. It looks like the Cowboys are attempting to make him a priority, but what does that mean for a guy like a George Pickens? The franchise tag window is open, but do they want to retain George Pickens? We'll discuss what the Cowboys should do as we get closer and closer to them having to make a very, very hefty financial decision when it comes to one wide receiver, Pro Bowler, George Pickens, the running mate of CeeDee Lamb, and one of Dak's favorite targets this year when you look at how often he was targeted, the reception completion rate, and all of those things. Which way do you go with the George Pickens as this? It was said multiple times this past year, the Cowboys offense is Super Bowl caliber, but the defense was what's holding it back. Do you rob from the offense to try and fix the defense and hoping that you can find the balance that you had like a Seattle had? Or are you loading up on that on the offensive side of the ball, hoping it can carry you and you can get your defense good enough? Which way would you go? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. That more when we come back here on Extra Innings of Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, PPL Motorhomes, and Encira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it Fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
A little bit of breaking news, as I told y'all to watch out for the buyout market and players that could be ending up in San Antonio, as they've had that open spot since waiving Jeremy Sohan. Well, they filled it today. Sham Charania reporting that the San Antonio Spurs are adding free agent center Mason Plumlee on a 10-day contract. So gives them a little big man, if you will. Some added depth in the front court. 35-year-old. 13-year vet. It's a big body, small minutes. Just gives Cornette and Wemby a little bit of a respite at times, or if one of them gets in foul trouble, it gives them another option to go to off the bench. So I'm not mad about Mason Plumlee. He also does provide a little bit in terms of outside shooting. It's not great, but it is above 33 or 4% for his career, I believe. So that's not a bad thing to have coming off the bench, whether it's limited minutes or not. So I will also keep an eye on the buyout market for guys like a Bogdan Bogdanovic and others like that. As it pertains to the Dallas Cowboys now, what do you do with George Pickens? $28 million on the franchise tag. I mean, that would be a big bite of apple for your offense, but you could non-exclusive franchise tag him, let him go see his worth or his value out there, see if those numbers get into the range of CeeDee Lamb or not. And if they do, and the Cowboys don't care to match that number, you get a first-round pick in return for. That would be the way I would go if I'm the Dallas Cowboys. I would non-exclusive him so he could find out his true worth and then come back and either take the less if the money he didn't think was out there isn't out there, or if it is out there, you can recoup something in terms of draft capital if you're the Dallas Cowboys. Remember to call your loved ones, check on them. You never know what people are going through in life, and a simple, hey, how you doing can change everything for someone. I appreciate all y'all for riding along with me today right here on Extra Innings with Pledger. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to start your day with AJ and Rob tomorrow morning, 6 to 10. Jason and Joe on the Blitz will take you home from 2 to 6, and then right back here on Extra Innings with Pledger. We'll have you tomorrow afternoon. Till then, bye. Have a wonderful evening.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I own a coffee shop, and I wanted to label everything with our logo.
That's ambitious.
Cups, boxes, bags.
Ooh, that'll add up.
Not at all.